All right, I just got back from the gym, so I'm going to talk about what I did and what I would normally do that I didn't have enough time to do today. I didn't record anything because I'm not confident enough to do that. So what I start with doing is warming up my shoulders. I get a cable to about shoulder height, and I do whatever this is called with both arms. Then I lower it down to about waist height and do whatever this would be called. And then I get a band and put it on my wrists, both wrists. I do this, raise my arms up slowly, put it back down slowly. And I get like bring my arms out like a bench press or push up position. We'll trying to keep my wrists from going in. I push up, push out, and go back down. I do first one about 3 times, second one about 5 times. I do that because at a jiu-jitsu competition, I hurt my shoulder. And so for a while, doing any sort of pushing movements just hurt. It was pinching right here. So doing those drills helped. So I've just kept doing them ever since. And then I move into my compound movements. I always do those first. I start with leg press. I can't do leg press very heavy because I'm not that strong, and I hurt my knee training for said jiu-jitsu competition. It's like sprained my meniscus or something. Don't know exactly what it is. I never went to the doctor. Probably should have. But it's getting better. I can do leg press now. I used to not be able to do that. I started with doing like body weight squats. Now I'm at leg press with more weight than what I weigh, or about what I weigh. But I'm going deeper now. With leg press, I'm having trouble keeping my back from rounding when I go all the way down. Like my back kind of rounds out when I'm all the way down on it, which kind of sucks because that's not good for your back. But leg press is all I can kind of do. I can't do like back squats, so I gotta kind of fix that. But I did that with like 155 pounds, and then I move on to I do 2 sets for all the compound movements. 2 sets. No exact reason why. I just like 2 sets. Then I move on to back extensions. I like them more than RDLs because I can feel my glutes and hamstrings better. I do that with 45 pounds, 2 sets. I'm really just focusing on like pushing my butt back, even though my legs are stuck in place. I'm just really thinking about pushing my butt back because that mind muscle connection, I don't know if that's exactly the best cue I can think of, but I like it. Then I move on to single arm dumbbell rows. I decided to switch from those because I like how it hits your traps when you push, because you're pulling your scapula back, and then also your lats because you're doing this motion, pulling your elbow back. I wanted there to be a machine that would be unilateral, that I could also do both at the same time, so where I load the weight is only for one handle, not both. There is no machine at where I work out that has that, so I just figured I'd use the dumbbell. It'd be nice if there was that machine because then it'd be chest supported. I would have liked that. There's not that. Then one dips. I try and go real deep with my dips. I do weighted dips with 35 pounds. Pretty cool, but not great. My goal is to get to like 75 pounds. That'd be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty cool. Not there yet. Far off. And then I moved on to my core work. I'm trying to get really good at dragon flags like Bruce Lee. I'm not good at them. I suck at them. But if I can get good at them, that'd be cool. Still not there yet, but yeah, I'm working on it. And so what I would normally do my accessory work before my core work, and then I do my direct grip work after core work. Couldn't do those, didn't have enough time. So the accessory work I'd normally do would be lateral raises, just because I want big side delts, and then rear delt flies. I like them with today I would do with a cable for both. So I bring the cable to about like hip height for lateral raises. I'm really thinking about like pulling up with my elbow, like bringing my elbow up, not my hand. And then for the rear delt flies, I'd bring it to about shoulder height, maybe a little bit above. I'd really think about just bringing my elbow back. Like when I do a straight arm, it kind of feels weird in this shoulder, and I don't like the idea of both my arms not being in the same position when I do it. I do it one arm at a time, so I think about just keep my elbow bent and pulling back like this. It works for me. And then I do something called reverse Nordics. I don't know if you've heard of them, but you might have heard of Nordic curls. But reverse Nordics are basically just body weight leg extensions. You know, it's like a sissy squat, but you're sitting down. So it's like a body weight leg extension. And then I do Jefferson curls because I want my back to be able to bend pretty well. They're not something everyone has to do. I just want to do it. And then for the direct forearm work, today I do both isometric and gripping. I just focus on gripping. I don't do forearm curls or extensions. This would be an extension. This would be a curl. My fault. So I just focus on gripping and then isometric strength. So like holding on to it. So what I would do today, did not do this accessory work. What I would do is I'd get just one handle, one D handle, put it on a cable, stand like this, with my arm behind me, and grip it. Maybe curl up a little bit, but just grip it as many times as I can. From all this, I like to stay in like the 4 to 8 rep range. I just prefer lower rep ranges personally. Like the least amount of reps I like to do is 3. If I have to do 2, I'll do 2. But 3 is where I like to stay at, 3 to 8, 4 to 8, somewhere between there. That probably didn't make much sense. My fault. And then I do farmer carries for the isometric part. So I always do the gripping part before isometric stuff, just because I don't want to be worn out for the gripping. Because with isometric, it's easier to last long than it is to grip multiple times, if that makes any sense. So for the farmer carries, I just get 2 dumbbells. I try and flare out my lats, because I don't want the dumbbell just resting on my leg as I'm walking. That'd be kind of awkward. Be like this. That would suck. So I try and flare out my lats while I'm walking. And like I said, did not do this today. But I try and go for a minute there, and then once I get a minute, I'll move up weight. And like I said, how I stick to the 4 to 8 rep range. Whenever I hit 8 reps, I'll add 5 pounds to whatever I'm doing. And that is all. Thank you for listening.